Hello everybody, welcome to today's video. I hope you enjoy, so let's get started. Hope you're all doing well. Haven't had one of these videos in a minute. The last two that you've seen were done a little while ago, but I just haven't felt good probably the past week here. I've been under the weather, but you know, everyone here and at work and everywhere that I've talked to, they've all been sick. So slowly getting better, so I'm real happy about that. But well, what are we going to get into today? I guess we'll find out. The first thing I thought we could talk about is this lava lamp right here. Picked it up yesterday at Fred Meyer. It was on clearance for $12. They have a whole bunch of lamps on clearance. I picked this one up. And the previous week, they had this glitter one on sale for $15. Well, then I go back this week, and they didn't have these last week, but they had them this week. They had a whole, like, 12 of them on the shelf. And they had even more of these. Last week when I was there, they only had the one. Or two, I should say. I think there was two, yeah. Anyway, doesn't matter. They had a whole bunch on the shelf this time, so they must have found boxes of these in the back or something. Either way, I have these two lava lamps. And of course, this bigger one here, I got at Spencer's a while back. But what am I going to do with these things? So there's the glitter one. And here's this one. I kind of thought the colors of that one were neat. They had some other ones there too, but they were not on clearance sale. So, of course, I'm not going to pick them up for $30 when I can get them for cheaper, you know, 12 and 15, you know, just why, you know. I'd rather pay money for the big ones. Those are cool. I have one more up here I picked up from Target on clearance a long time ago. But the idea here is I want to put them in here, in the fireplace. I don't use the wood-burning fireplace, and as you can see, it's quite dirty. These candles came from my grandmother, battery operated, but you can see dirt and stuff's getting in them. That's because the top of the chimney outside is not actually capped. There's no, like, flue cover or something like that, I guess you could say. There's a stopper in here, of course, to, you know, reduce drafts and stuff, but there's nothing on the very top to cover it up. So I have another solution for that, and we'll get to that eventually. But the idea here is I want to put lava lamps and other unique, you know, lamps, maybe some of these, maybe some other lights, in here. I want to make like a stepped thing, kind of like bleachers or something, you know, to set them on, and then you can hide all the cords underneath. So I picked up some flat black paint yesterday while I was getting some other things, and I like to design something to put in here that we can do that with, and then have some different shelves of lava lamps or other cool lights in here. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I think that'll look really neat, because like I say, I'm not using the fireplaces. I got the heat pump for the house, and of course there's a furnace for when it really gets cold. So I could put an insert in here, a nice gas insert. But even after doing the lava lamps and this, I think that'd be cheaper than the gas insert. And, you know, everybody's trying to go away from gas anyway, doing electric, and I just don't need it. So why not do something cool with it? So that's what I'm going to do down here. Upstairs, there's a fireplace too. Not sure what I'm going to do with that one. I was thinking about putting a whole bunch of flicker flame lights in there. Might still do that. But, you know, a similar thing that would look kind of neat. Anyway, that's that project. We'll get to it again here eventually. Always have to go thrifting, and today I ended up coming home with this laptop case. I thought it was a little funny because when I first found the laptop that's inside, obviously there's a laptop inside, I mean it's probably in the title of the video anyway, it was not in this case. It was just sitting out all by itself, and I thought, hey, this is really funny because I had one of these ThinkPads out here, and I was just working on it a little bit to help my friend back home with some Windows things. This is the quickest thing for me to pull out and turn on and guide him through some stuff. But anyway, the reason I bring this up is because what's in here is quite similar. I ended up finding this case a little further down the shelf from the laptop itself. So it wasn't necessarily right next to it. But what led me to try to look for a case or something was there was no price tag on the laptop itself, nothing. So there had to have been something, they would have priced it somehow. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's take a look up here first. So obviously this thing has some like dry mold on it or something. It's been in some moist environment for sure. So what do we have in our laptop case here? That's a receipt. We don't need that. And there's this. It'll probably give away some clues here too. It's a floppy disk drive. And this is a full collection of lighthouses. Is there a floppy disk in here? This is really thin. Is it a DVD? Okay, yeah. What's on the CD-ROM? Okay, so, I don't know, knitting or stitching or crocheting or something. I don't know. I'd read it, but I'm just making assumptions. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, okay, hoop and loop. Yeah, jumbo hoop and loop designs or something. Okay, interesting. So somebody used this for making things. Words today is something else. Oh, and here's the original strap for it. That appears to be all that's in there. So we got the strap, the DVD or CD, and a floppy disk drive. Okay, let's close that up. Paid $15, well, yeah, because tax, $15, $16. Anyway, let's open it up here. What do we have inside? It's an IBM Think Pad. This is also a ThinkPad, but it was when Lenovo took over. Lenovo. So it's not really a IBM one, as it says right here. So this is pretty cool. Now, the first thing that stood out to me, obviously, I saw that and I knew exactly what we were getting to here. Something pretty nice. Even has the original power supply, which is nice because, like I said, when I found this, there's no power supply. So I was like, well, I guess we'll find one online or something. But good thing it's in here. Awesome. Okay. This has that soft touch texture to it, which absolutely degrades, as you can see. So I'm probably going to have to go over this like I did with the little flip camera and get rid of all the soft touch. Thankfully, it's not too hard of a process, but it'll definitely look 1,000 times better once I'm done with it. So let's remove this just for the moment. And we'll take a look at the power supply here. It appears to be original because it does say IBM on it. It even says it on there. Used equipment. Okay, so maybe somebody got this from like a university or you know, some type of institution or work or something or another. Who knows? And this was a replacement. Either way, that's what was in there. So obviously this is probably maybe a maybe 12 or 14 inch or something like that. Of course, we have the IBM ThinkPad here in the corner again. On the front, we have, I'm going to assume, the hard drive or something, and the first indication that this has had a hard life, there is definitely a big ding right here on the corner, and the little latch is missing. Now, I don't know, because this was out of its case, if someone dropped it at the thrift store and made this happen, but I couldn't find any of the plastic anywhere, so I'm not entirely sure. But this is, fortunately, the only damage on the whole computer, so hopefully it held up good enough that it should still be okay. But you can see the little latch here is missing. We have a DVD-ROM drive, and there's our other latch to open it. That must be some type of TV out or something. It is incredibly small. This is, I have no idea what, but the little cover for it is right there, if you can see it. We have all of our audio, and that must be like an IR sensor, but it's blocked out. We have these expansion card slots. On the back, we have a mouse connector, and under here we have VGA and printer. And let's see here, more, this looks like it's for a dock. And under here, boy, there's a lot of little covers on this. Serial. There's our power, center positive. And here's what I was really curious about is I didn't see any USB ports when I first picked this up. But it says USB here, and I guess there is. There's one USB port, so this has to be old, and that just broke off. Yep, that is incredibly brittle. Let's see, we have a modem, of course. This must be our power on and off. Kensington lock, and of course our broken little thing there. So that's the laptop. Oh, yep, there goes our USB. We'll just set that in there. It's definitely brittle. Software this old, it probably doesn't matter anymore, but I cover up the key anyway. I want to use it again. So, This has Windows 98 Second Edition. Very cool. And here's the information about the computer itself. Let's see if I can cover up some of the glare. Assembled in Mexico. I think we have to open it up to get more information. Oh, there we go. ThinkPad 600X. I haven't done any research on this. Picked it up yesterday. I want it to be kind of a surprise, see what we end up with. So this must be to eject the DVD drive. And indeed it is. Okay. I guess my question is, where does the floppy drive go? It's here in this little baggie. Does it just slide in the same spot? It has a different plug. Wait, is it external? Is it external? Is that what that weird plug is for? Hold on. Is that what this is? Oh. Is this... No. Huh. I mean, it obviously doesn't reach that. And it doesn't look like it pulls out either. Definitely looks like it has some type of track on it. Huh. Okay. I don't know. It must go somewhere. I guess we'll figure that out as we continue on here. But anyway, I'll think a little bit about where that might go. And then, well, we got to open it up. We still haven't done that. What's the fun in it? We haven't opened it up. Well, we only got one latch because the other one's broken and gone. So here's our screen. It looks to be in pretty decent shape. It's a little dirty, but that can just be cleaned. Looks like we have like a sliding bar for brightness here. IBM Think Pad, must be some type of sleep-wake button there. Some little indicator lights. No trackpad, we just have our little touch point. So that'll be kind of fun to use, probably why they give you the mouse thing on the back. We have speakers where your palms would normally be. That's different. We definitely had a sticker here and here that probably indicated what we have inside the machine. But again, I have no idea. So this is going to be kind of a fun little let's find out. So I'm going to try to just think about where this might go, and then let's power this thing on. I've come to the conclusion for now that this just goes nowhere. Maybe it's for a different model or something, or I'm missing something, or maybe it's for a dock that this just doesn't have and I didn't find at the thrift store. Either way, we have the laptop and a floppy drive here, which definitely is an IBM thing, or at least it's trying to be because it has the same color scheme going on there. So we have our, what was it, a 600A here, and this is a, I want to say like a T61 or something. I have two of these I got from work. One of them has a yellowed screen, the other one is fine, the screen looks great, that's this one. So my friends use it when they come over to do some simple Windows things that don't really need the internet. But yeah, okay, this is a T661. And this one is a 600, so let's just see here. Because we have it out. Yeah, pretty much same dimensions, just smaller. You know, in size that way. But if we go this way, that's pretty much the same thickness. Maybe just a tad thicker. Interesting. Okay, enough of this. Let's turn it on. We have our power supply here. It's plugged in. Let's plug it into the computer. We have a little bit of a light here, probably saying the battery is dead beyond belief, so that's no surprise. We'll do our one clip over here because somebody disintegrated the one on the other side. Okay, so as we saw, there's no power button up here. It's on the side, so let's see what we get. Fans. Oh, noise. Something on the screen. Whatever any of that means. Obviously RAM at the top, but I don't know what the other stuff means. Are we going to get Windows? Error. I have no idea what in the world this is. Oh, it's a bird. What? What is this? Okay. Oh. This is like a BIOS or something? Um, Interesting. What in the world? Year 2000. Well, definitely not. But I also really don't care right now. So let's just say okay. Does it let me? Oh. Okay, IBM. What was that? 256 megabytes. ThinkPad. Um, Air. This is interesting. Why is the bird the pointer? This is too funny. Okay, well, we're down to one air now. Oh, air, manual. Perfect. Okay, well, hey, we have a screen. That's positive. We have a flying bird on the screen, and our little track point thing works, so that's positive. This must be screen brightness, and of course it is. That works, and the screen looks great, as I said. Yeah, there's no scratches in it or anything. I think we heard a beep already. We can hear the old hard drive. Boy, I'm not sure really what to do. We'll have to look up what this air is and, well, figure it out. If I hold this down, does that shut it down? Sure enough, the hard drive's spinning down. We'll be back to this. Okay, so I tore this thing apart and took a look at the keyboard. There's definitely been some type of water damage or something. And that's all I really know about it. Obviously, there's something wrong with the keyboard. The touch point works fine. The plug for the speakers was broken as soon as I opened it. I didn't even touch it. And the little plug was just off of it. And now I got rid of the keyboard thing enough to get whatever this is. And the only way I can get this is with an external keyboard. And it wants me to insert a floppy disk. But I don't even know where to put that floppy drive. Is this to get to the BIOS? I just want to get to the BIOS. So I don't know. The error code we were getting was an 03301, which was for the keyboard. Looking and doing some research online, the 03 apparently points to the 2 key, which I took off to then try to examine the membrane here. And I can't... It looks like this whole black bottom piece is the membrane, so that's super helpful. But I do have the key right here. It's not broken. I watched a video on how to get it off. And, well, can we get it on? Okay, we have no mouse or keyboard connected, just what's on it. The hard drive is inserted with the DVD drive. We still have the 2 airs for date and time. I believe it's date and time. Okay, this little bird is interesting. So we'll hit OK on that. And just set it, because I don't really care right now. We got our memory. ThinkPad. My only guess here is there's nothing to boot, so it has no idea what to do next. I don't know what this means. In the previous thing we looked at, it wanted me to insert a floppy disk. So I don't know. Got it all put back together. Let's see what we get. Still have the keyboard. Yay! How annoying. No keyboard this time for some reason. Let's just set it and forget it. I also realized when I was putting it back together, the hard drive was not plugged in all the way. Oh, there's our keyboard error again. Something is happening. I just keep mashing the buttons in this little area and hoping that maybe it doesn't have a connection or something. But hey, Windows 98. We're actually getting somewhere. Oh, never mind. Windows files already printed. I don't know. Anyway, we had something. Never mind. I'm just not patient at all. We didn't even do anything. We passed that last screen. And now we're here. Daylight savings, I don't care. Sure. Whatever. Doesn't matter to me. I just want to see something. Hey, look at that. Okay. Before we have the power of sadness hit us again, let's go up to my computer. Right click. And can we get information under properties in Windows 98? I don't know. Thinks we have volume, but obviously that's a little broken. Okay, what do we have here? Windows 98, OEM, genuine Intel, great. Some type of Pentium 3, I'm guessing, I don't know. Looking at the manual for the 600X, there's a couple different versions of Pentium 3s that would come in them, so I'm guessing that's what's in here. And that's what usually the Pentiums show up as for some reason. Cool. Okay, I'm going to play around with this for a little bit and see what we end up with. But yeah, it's functional, and I'm very surprised because it'll probably still have this keyboard error forever. But while it lasts, I'm going to explore it a little bit. Here's some of the programs and stuff on it. I have not seen pictures or anything really for a certain person. Everything's default. Interesting. On the C drive here, it looks like the newest date is 05, at least that log file there. I'm glad we at least got it to boot up. I have not tested the keyboard at all because I'm concerned if I do so, the thing will probably not be happy and we won't be enjoying our experience anymore. Anyway, just taking a look at the files and anything on here, there's really nothing identifying to whoever had this thing. I wonder if it's just this account though, and getting used to using the track point is interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and log off of this account and see if there's another one. But there's nothing here pointing to any specific business or person or anything. It's all pretty basic. Let's see what we get when we log out. It also seems to be the original install if the dates go back that far. Yeah, there's just default. And I don't know what any of the other names would be. I wonder if there's even a... Oh, you just hit enter and you're in. Interesting. Maybe I'll bring up like a text edit thing and give the keyboard a test. Because, I mean, the enter key worked there. This is very interesting, these keyboard issues. This little plug here for the speakers, as you can see, is missing a pin. It's somewhere on the floor here. But like I said, when I opened it up, this was literally just sitting there and the ribbon was like over here. So I don't know if somebody's opened it before and just didn't have any luck. I'm going to mess around with the keyboard a little bit. Maybe I can find that little thing on the floor. I know it went flying somewhere over here. Maybe we'll turn it off and back on and see if we can get it to boot again without giving a keyboard error. Never know. This might be our only time to enjoy looking at it. All the key buttons seem to be working fine. This is very interesting, unless it's one of the special keys here at the top, or it's just quite finicky, but there's definitely some type of drink damage on the underside. I never showed it before I put it back together, but there's definitely some type of damage. Okay, so let's try turning it off and see if we can get it booted back up again. Okay, it's shut down. For good measure, let's just unplug it. Plug it back in, because I'm sure that battery's not holding a charge at all. There we go. Okay, let's slide our switch. That could have been the only time we were able to get it to turn on. At least to an operating system. Date. Time. I don't know. Could be time date. I don't know. Something with the date and time. CMOS battery issue. The screen is a different resolution. This is smaller. Okay. Whatever. If that's where we want to sit, is right at Y2K. Sure. You know, we got 40 minutes before we find out what'll happen. So let's hit OK. I wonder if the keyboard like has heated up enough from just messing with it here that maybe it expanded something and now it's not touching anymore. Could be. Well, we're just sitting here. Isn't this fun? Not really learning anything, just sitting. This time it's asking for a floppy disk again. Of course, I just didn't wait, but yeah, interesting. I don't have a floppy disk to put in. I have the drive, but no disk. That's sounding wonderful. Let's try it again. I think this hard drive is on its way out. I mean, when I was rattling it around, you could hear the little arm in there just not doing so good. But hey, we're booting up here again. A bunch of stuff. Oh, Norton antivirus startup scan. Oh, no wonder. I guess we were sitting here on this and I didn't know what it was. I don't use that. So I have no experience with Norton. This is positive. This turned out quite positive, to be real honest. I really didn't want to get a new keyboard. They're incredibly expensive for these things. And it's really cool to have a Windows 98 laptop. I'm not going to do anything with it, software-wise. I'm just going to let it be installed the way it is. One thing I do want to do is hopefully find that little missing piece that's somewhere on the floor here, because I know it went flying, and get it back on there. I think what I'll do is just put it in a little baggie with some other things I have for right now. And when I get around to wanting to open this up again, because I just don't feel like it right now, I'm just happy that it's working the way it is. I don't want to ruin that. Then I'll come back around and re-hook up the speakers. But thinking about it, I don't know if I've heard the speakers do anything this whole time. Maybe they did when we were first playing with it in the original clips. But I don't remember them making any noise. So something must have been broken with it for a long time. It wasn't even stuck on there. But yeah, this is interesting and very positive. It is working. I did take a look before shutting it down the last time, and there was some information in the address book, a whole bunch of people's emails and stuff, and it said somebody at work, and it was a school address. So a school email address, you know, they have the, you know, K-12 at the end, stuff like that. So maybe it was used by a teacher or something. I'm not sure, but whoever it was, they definitely like solitaire and watching DVDs. Some things that I would do with this in the future is definitely try to get rid of the soft touch coating. It is falling off and getting stuck everywhere. It's even on the table here. It is degrading beyond belief. But other than that, this is really positive. I'm real happy with this. I'm curious, before we turn it off one last time here, what is this battery saying? Oh, well, it says it's charging. I thought it would give us a little bit more information, but something's blinking here, whatever that means. Either way, cool. This is functional. And while I was quite sad with the original thing of it not doing anything, I'm happy we were able to at least get it turned on. So there is the new to me IBM Think Pad 600X. Very cool. Started working on this yesterday, put up the little supports and cut the piece of wood. And now, well, I need to put in some more screws. As you can see, I have like one and none because I only had two. But you know what? There's nothing up there yet. And it just holds it in place. So after getting some more screws, I'm going to put the rest of them in to secure it. It's just a board that was left here when taking down the walls in the garage. In fact, it was like a outdoor piece of board. I can't think of, like siding. It was like siding. You probably get it in a 4x8 sheet or something, and they had it cut up. And I cut it even more to, I think it's a 14-inch by 6.5 feet length. And it was on this wall over here, if you remember all the way back to those videos. But it's a great shelf. So I'm going to get the rest of those screws in, and I can finally fill up these shelves again and store some more things. There's nothing wrong with that. Storage is always a positive. So I was informed of these things quite a long time ago, and unfortunately I don't remember who told me about them or mentioned them, but I have some outlets in the house that are kind of, well, not really sturdy. You know, you can push something in to plug it in, and it pushes the whole outlet in the wall because, well, these plastic boxes are a piece of junk. I was informed of these little spacers that you can put onto the outlets and switches and whatnot to bring them out to the right depth of the actual drywall and everything. Pretty cool. Never knew of such a thing. Finally got around to looking for them at the Home Depot, and well, here is a bag of 25. Let's go try them out. Just got some of the spacers put in for this outlet, and it does make a difference. Testing from before, which I didn't get a clip of, I ended up breaking the cover here. I'll get another one, but yeah, look. Now you can actually plug something in, and the plug doesn't fall into the wall, just like this one, where you plug something in, and you have to push the whole thing into the wall. That's ridiculous. Let's do the same here. Okay, this is kind of ridiculous, but look, I had to use like 9 of them to get the box out far enough. Also, look that they use drywall screws to screw this into the plastic box. Ridiculous, man. But you know what? I mean, it does hold good, and they're like 2.5-inch screws, so they are in there nicely. And this is so much better than before. Let's put the cover on. Let's try it out. Oh yeah, see, that doesn't push in anymore, but you can see there's a gap here. It's kind of out a little bit. Maybe I'll try a new plate. I do know that I had one less on there, 8 per one, and it was sunken in too far. So I'd rather have it be 9, and this is just out a little bit on this one side, than have it be sunken in. But look, now at least you can plug something in, and it's not falling into the wall. I really do hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. Leave a like down below and a comment. I do enjoy reading all of your comments. Of course, check out the other videos here on the screen. And until next time, thank you very much for watching.